Stop the endless running. It's the standard advice you've been given all your life. Simply run harder, exercise more, perspire more. However, past 50, 60, 70, this guidance can be harmful, and I've witnessed it countless times. I've helped numerous mature individuals who pushed harder with jogging and wound up with aching joints, decreasing muscle, exhaustion, and zero progress. Here's the reality no one shares with you. Beyond 50, your physique transforms significantly. You begin shedding muscle more rapidly. Stability diminishes, hormones alter, joints become less resilient. And repetitive impact does nothing to safeguard your physique from what's truly important: power, flexibility, and self-sufficiency. The encouraging part, there's an improved approach, supported by research and designed for your current life phase. Right now, I'll demonstrate 5 complete body exercises that reconstruct power, revitalize vitality, and safeguard your joints. All in your residence. They're secure, validated, and remarkably powerful, particularly for people who believed aerobic exercise was their sole choice. One of these could transform how your physique responds indefinitely. Before beginning, share your identity and location in the comments. We'd appreciate hearing from you. 1. Elevated to lower plank, why it has value. Core conditioning isn't centered on pursuing defined abdominals. It's centered on safeguarding your backbone, enhancing equilibrium, and energizing each action you perform. And beyond 50, these advantages aren't discretionary, they're vital. Here's the research. Beyond age 50, you shed muscle tissue at approximately 1 to 2% annually, and the midsection muscles are frequently the initial to diminish. Insufficient core equals compromised posture, spinal discomfort, elevated fall danger, and reduced command over routine actions. That's when this elevated to lower plank becomes relevant. A seemingly straightforward exercise that stimulates deeper abdominal tissue, shoulder stabilizing muscles, and the glutes simultaneously. Research has demonstrated that active planks similar to this also enhance neuromuscular synchronization, indicating your physique becomes more intelligent and faster in its responses, vital for avoiding slips and tumbles. Even superior, this exercise replicates actual life changes like rising from the ground or bracing yourself throughout a trip or wobble. And here's the reality most individuals overlook: doesn't condition your midsection. Jogging genuinely skips these muscles nearly completely, which explains why somebody can exercise routinely and continue experiencing spinal pain and imbalance. With merely 2 to 3 rounds several times weekly, this exercise assists you reconstruct a powerful, supportive center. Not for appearance, but for self-reliance and energy. How to perform it. Begin on the ground or on a raised platform like a bench in an elevated plank stance. Palms positioned beneath shoulders, physique in a direct line. Knees or toes on the surface depending on your power. From this stance, descend your right forearm to the surface, accompanied by your left, transitioning into a forearm plank. Then go back to the elevated plank by pushing up with your right palm, then your left. That's 1 repetition. Concentrate on maintaining your hips steady, no rotating or swinging. Activate your midsection. Draw navel toward backbone and inhale consistently throughout. Begin with 5 to 6 repetitions. Pause, then repeat for 2 to 3 rounds. If this is overly difficult, start by maintaining a stationary forearm plank for 10 to 15 seconds alternatively, progressively developing power. You can additionally execute this against a solid wall or a countertop to decrease weight while maintaining excellent form. Management is more significant than velocity. Exercise with intention and experience the power of comeback. 2. Kettlebell, ground lift, glutes, and durability developer. Why it has value. If there's one movement each individual beyond 50 must master, it's the ground lift. Why? Because it duplicates what your physique must accomplish each single day. Retrieving a laundry container, hoisting groceries, or rising from a low seat. However, this isn't centered on raw power. It's centered on developing the type of muscle that safeguards your joints, avoids injury, and powers metabolism, particularly beyond age 50 when sarcopenia, age-connected muscle decline, intensifies. The kettlebell ground lift focuses on the posterior chain, your glutes, hamstrings, and lower spine. These are the muscles that stabilize your hips, maintain your backbone upright, and avoid falls and spinal strain. Research demonstrates that more powerful glutes are connected to superior mobility, balance, and self-reliance in mature individuals. Unlike jogging, which frequently amplifies joint impact and cortisol, this exercise is joint accommodating, hormone beneficial, and metabolically challenging. 2019 research discovered that resistance conditioning, particularly ground lifts, enhanced insulin responsiveness, bone thickness, and even mental function in individuals beyond 50. And here's the advantage. Ground lifting correctly can reverse posture difficulties, drawing your shoulders backward, stimulating deeper core muscles, and enhancing how you stand, rest, and travel through life. This isn't centered on lifting substantial weight. It's centered on lifting intelligently so your physique remains competent, discomfort-free, and powerful for generations to follow. How to perform it. Stand with feet hip-width separated, a kettlebell position between your feet. Bend at the hips, not the midsection, and extend down to grasp the kettlebell handle with both palms. Maintain your spine flat, chest elevated, and shoulders drawn somewhat backward. Push through your heels, contract your glutes, and raise the kettlebell by standing upright. Don't jerk, exercise smoothly. At the peak, your physique should create a direct line. Arms comfortable, glutes activated. Descend the kettlebell gradually by pushing your hips backward, not bending your knees. Initially, consider hip bend, not squat. Start with a modest weight 10, 15. Execute 2 to 3 rounds of 8-10 repetitions, pausing 30-60 seconds between rounds. If you're inexperienced or hesitant, start by rehearsing the exercise without any weight, concentrating solely on the hip bend form. You can even perform it before a mirror or with an instructor to strengthen secure method. Form initially, power arrives afterward. 3. Push-up wall or knee modification. Why it has value. Push-ups aren't exclusively for competitors. They're one of the most impactful functional power developers for individuals beyond 50, in reality. Research demonstrates that upper physique power is a direct indicator of durability, cardiovascular wellness, and self-reliance. Why? Because push-ups condition your chest, shoulders, triceps, and midsection. The muscles you depend on to push yourself upward from a mattress, stabilize yourself throughout a tumble, or transport everyday items. They additionally improve bone thickness, which naturally decreases with age, particularly in postmenopausal females. In a substantial Harvard research, investigators discovered that males who could perform more than 10 adapted push-ups had considerably reduced danger of cardiac disease regardless of age. That's not simply fitness, that's life protection. However, beyond the statistics, push-ups develop resilience. Each repetition you finish communicates to your physique, I'm still powerful, I can still exercise. I still control this physique, and unlike jogging, which consumes calories but ignores muscle, push-ups are metabolically dynamic, indicating they develop muscle that continues consuming fat extended beyond your workout concludes. Additionally, they're accessible. No apparatus, no gym, and simple to adapt for your requirements. All you require is a wall, your physique, and the determination to attempt. Power doesn't vanish with age. It vanishes when we cease requesting it. How to perform it. Wall push-up novice, done approximately 2 feet distant from a wall. Position your palms flat on the wall at shoulder elevation. Maintain your physique direct from head to heels. Flex your elbows, bringing your chest toward the wall. Then push backward to beginning. Perform 8 to 10 repetitions. Knee push-up intermediate. Start on the ground. Palms somewhat wider than shoulders. Knees on the surface. Maintain a direct line from knees to head. Descend your chest gradually toward the ground. Then press backward upward. Activate your midsection throughout. Begin with 2 to 3 rounds of 6-10 repetitions, pausing 30 to 45 seconds between rounds. Don't hurry. Management and form have greater importance than velocity or depth. Overly difficult, that's acceptable. Even maintaining the stance for 10 seconds conditions your muscles. Attend to your shoulders and wrists. If anything experiences sharp or painful, decrease range of action or return to wall modification, Advancement is advancement no matter the position. 4. Single leg Romanian ground lift balance plus hip power and why it has value. One of the greatest indicators of healthy maturation balance, and not simply standing motionless balance, but the type that assists you recover from a trip step from a curb or travel through routine life with assurance. The single leg Romanian ground lift RDL is beyond a leg movement. It's a complete body exercise that conditions balance, hip power, ankle steadiness, glute stimulation, and core command, all simultaneously. Beyond 50, your proprioception, the physique's capacity to perceive its location, naturally decreases. This produces slower response times and amplified fall danger. However, research demonstrates that single leg exercises can recondition the nervous system, enhancing joint steadiness and synchronization faster than stationary balance exercises. Glutes and hamstrings are additionally crucial here. These powerful muscles frequently diminish with age, producing compromised posture, low spinal discomfort, and even walking difficulties. The RDL reverses that pattern. It reinforces what sitting and maturation attempt to eliminate. Even more remarkable research has demonstrated that unilateral movements like this amplify cross-body brain stimulation, indicating your brain becomes more acute as your physique becomes more steady. This exercise may appear straightforward, but don't let it deceive you. It's one of the most powerful joint accommodating methods to remain powerful, nimble, and upright for life. How to perform it. Stand upright with feet hip-width separated, arms comfortable. Transfer your weight onto your left leg. Relax the left knee somewhat. Bend at your hips as you extend your right leg backward behind you, maintaining it direct. Your torso and right leg should create one direct line as you tip forward like a mechanism. Maintain your spine flat, core activated. Descend until your torso is nearly horizontal to the surface or as distant as your balance permits. Then gradually return to standing by, contracting your left glute. That's 1 repetition. Perform 5-8 repetitions per side, 2 to 3 rounds. For security, position one palm gently on a chair or wall for assistance while learning. You can advance by including a light dumbbell or kettlebell in the opposite palm. Exercise gradually. Remain concentrated. You're not simply conditioning your leg, you're conditioning your brain-physique connection. Balance isn't forfeited with age, it's forfeited with neglect, and it can be reconstructed. 5. Grip, power, compress ball conditioning. Why it has value. Your hands may appear like a minor part of your physique, but your grip power is one of the most powerful indicators of complete wellness, self-reliance, and even lifespan beyond age 50. That's not perspective, it's research. In a massive 2018 research released in The Lancet, investigators discovered that low grip power was more powerfully connected with death than elevated blood pressure, obesity, or even smoking. It's that significant. Grip power reflects total physique, muscular wellness, and nervous system operation. A powerful grip indicates your physique is preserving the motor command, muscle mass, and circulation that maintain you operational, not simply fit. For mature individuals, more powerful grip equals superior self-reliance. Accessing jars, transporting groceries, grasping a dog leash, rising from the ground, and stabilizing yourself if you slip. It additionally supports healthy blood pressure. Regulation enhances forearm vascular flow and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which assists you relax and recuperate. And here's the optimal part. It's incredibly straightforward. No gym, no perspiration, no impact on joints, simply a minor tool, a few seconds, and consistency. Grip conditioning is frequently disregarded because it's quiet. However, quiet power is what maintains you steady, competent, and prepared for life. How to perform it. Grasp a minor rubber compress ball, stress ball, or roll up a minor towel. Rest or stand comfortably with your shoulders comfortable. Hold the ball in one palm. Compress firmly, not to the degree of discomfort, but with solid effort. And maintain the compression for 5 seconds. Then release gradually, repeat at 10 times per palm. Perform 2, clears throat, 3 rounds per palm, once or twice per day. Inhale consistently throughout. Don't maintain your breath. Concentrate on the sensation in your forearms and fingers. For advancement, amplify hold time to 10 seconds or perform slow pulse compressions. You can additionally use a grip trainer with adjustable resistance as you develop more powerful. If you experience any tingling or numbness in finger, cease and consult a specialist, particularly if you have arthritis or carpal tunnel syndrome. This minor habit provides substantial benefits. Your hands transport more than bags. They transport your self-reliance. Who should and shouldn't perform these movements? These 5 exercises are optimal for individuals beyond 50 who are generally healthy and mobile, but desire more intelligent methods to remain powerful, lean, and discomfort-free without stressing their joints. They're particularly beneficial for people who rest for extended hours, experience their balance deteriorating. Desire to avoid muscle decline without performing intense aerobic exercise? Begin with 2-3 sessions weekly, 15 to 25 minutes each. You don't require to perform all 5 at once. Select 2 or 3 to rotate through, then develop from there. However, these movements may not be appropriate for everyone. If you have recent joint replacements, unmanaged blood pressure, vertigo, or serious balance conditions, severe arthritis, or nerve discomfort, please consult your physician or physical therapist before beginning. And remember, discomfort is never the objective. Discomfort from exertion is acceptable, but sharp pinching or shooting discomfort indicates you require to adapt or cease. Movement beyond 50 should never deteriorate you. It should reconstruct you safely, progressively, and powerfully. Conclusion: your power is still present. Let's recover it. Here's the reality. Most fitness guidance forgets. You are not delicate. Yes, your physique has transformed. Yes, it requires longer to recuperate. However, the potential for power, steadiness, and capability is still within you. It's just been disregarded by workouts that don't respect how the 50-plus physique really operates. These 5 exercises aren't fashionable. They're not showy, but they function. Why? Because they focus on what genuinely has importance as you mature. Muscle you can utilize balance. You can rely on power that endures. This isn't centered on getting sculpted. It's centered on getting prepared. Prepared to live completely, to travel confidently, to transport yourself with dignity. You don't require to pursue youth. What you require is to safeguard your self-reliance, conserve your vitality, and condition in a manner that provides you more life, not reduced. And here's the optimal part. It's not overly delayed, not even close. Your physique is always attending. What you perform this week can transform how you experience 6 months from today, so don't hesitate. Don't browse away and neglect. Select one movement today. Simply one. Experience what it accomplishes for your physique. Allow it remind you you are still competent, still powerful, still evolving. If this assists transform your outlook, distribute it with somebody you value. Comment beneath and inform me which exercise you re-beginning with, and let us reconstruct your power one intelligent repetition at a time. Because beyond 50, fitness isn't discretionary. It's liberation.